Hello, Trump Take 5 here. Are you wondering what the United States President, Donald J. Trump, was up to yesterday? Well, in good news, because you're in the right place. We are the channel that tries to give you everything important that happens in the president's day without all the media circus that goes along with it, so you can stay informed of the important things that are happening without getting bogged down in a land of Trump fatigue. On Monday, the president continued his bashing of CNN through Twitter. He threw it out there to his Twitter followers that we should have a contest as to which of the networks, plus CNN and not including Fox, is the most dishonest, corrupt, and or distorted in its political coverage of your favorite president, me. They are all bad. Winner to receive the fake news trophy. It's a bit curious who the we is here. We should have a contest like the United States of America, the people I represent in my position as the president, or we, the people who I talk to through my Twitter account. Those are one and the same in case you didn't catch what I was doing there. So, not surprising that he mentioned CNN by name and that he says that they should not include Fox. I talked about the danger of this yesterday, and this is something that I think we've all become a little desensitized to. We just expect the person who sits in the Oval Office to weigh in inappropriately about our free press. But it is such a dark time for American politics whenever stuff like this is happening. And you might think, this is only the president talking to his base, but this idea actually does But this idea does speak to people around the world. It reinforces a distrust, a disdain. It undermines the respectability of Americans as a people. Lumping everything together and saying that because there is media bias based on the fact that we live in a polarized country really does nothing to get to the heart of the issue, but rather just highlights the most disturbing part of this time in our country, and that is that people only want to hear what they agree with, what they already believe to be the truth. The president also took a stab at MSNBC's Joe Scarborough, who does Morning Joe, and then he tweeted out that the tax cut bill is coming along very well, great support. With just a few changes, some mathematical, the middle class and job producers can get even more in actual dollars in savings, and the pass-through provision becomes simpler and really works well. I personally don't believe any of that is true. Based on all of my research on this tax plan, both the Senate's version and the House's version, this just seems to be disinformation. The other big story is that Michael Flynn's lawyers were meeting with Robert Mueller's team. This is a further indication that they're probably going to be working together on a plea deal for information on someone higher up the chain. We talked about this quite a bit in past videos, so no need to bring it back up, but there is movement on that beyond just Flynn's lawyer telling the White House's lawyer that they'd no longer be sharing information. President Trump also rehashed his nickname for Elizabeth Warren, calling her Pocahontas, and this time it was a little bit worse than usual in that he was speaking during an event that honored Native Americans who served in World War II. Sarah Huckabee Sanders said that saying the name Pocahontas is not a racial slur, and the most offensive thing about the whole situation was Elizabeth Warren claiming to be Native American. As mentioned yesterday, the legal battle for who will be the rightful director of the Consumer Financial Protections Bureau is ongoing. There was some confirmation from the CFPB's lawyer that Mulvaney was correctly in place. And there was action on the other side with restraining orders, and it's not exactly clear how it's going to all play out. Outside the president's inner circle, there's some pretty interesting news around a sting operation that was set up by Project Veritas, who was trying to plant a fake story with the Washington Post about an accuser of Roy Moore. It's worth a read if you want to check it out. Just Google Project Veritas and I'm sure you'll find it. But they sent someone in saying that they had damning evidence about an assault from Moore when this woman was 15 and it led to an abortion. But in the process, the Post found out that the claims weren't true, so they never moved forward with the story, and they were able to trace it all back to this firm that tries to create the impression of fake news in liberal-leaning outlets like the Washington Post. That's it for today. Please like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We do this on a nearly daily basis and want you to find out about the videos as soon as they come out. So click the bell that will give you a notification each time we upload. Tell your friends. Everybody feels a little bit of Trump fatigue at some time. It's a lot of work keeping up with all of the nonsense that goes on. So tell them you know a way that they can find out everything important, not feel like they're missing out, but take a break from the circus at the same time. Come back tomorrow. I'll talk with you again.